even material ledger has some changes in SAP S/4HANA. Okay, so before I talk about what are the changes in material ledger, can you tell me what is material ledger and why it is required? Anybody who has worked on material ledger? Anybody worked on material ledger? Akash, Mahesh, Sandeep, just tell me yes or no.
No, no, Gaurav.
Okay. Okay. So this material ledger functionality is used in order to have 2 or 3 simplifications. Okay, so I'll just give you one simple example. So let's say you have a company in India, okay, and you have the headquarters in US. So now you created a plant in India. So whatever materials movements you do, now take a same example that we have done now, COGS. So whenever my stock is getting credited, okay, so as I told you, stock gets credited and COGS account gets debited. So during the time stock gets credited, if I activated 2 currencies, let's say in my company code I have 2 currencies, INR and USD. So in my accounts, the stock gets credited into, let's say my stock getting credited with 7,000. So this would be in INR, and it will also get updated in accounting if I'm using parallel currency USD as 100 USD, right? So whenever I post any accounting transaction for any material movement, in this case material is going out. So in that case, what is happening? In accounting, I am getting the information in INR as well as USD because at my company code level, I activated the parallel currency. But now can you tell me what will happen in materials management? So in accounting tables or accounting related information, I will always get the reports in both the currencies, INR as well as USD. But what do you think in materials management? Can I get the report in both the currencies? If I go to my materials management report, will I get the information in both INR as well as USD? It is not the case, because materials management will only work on your plant currency. Whatever currency you specified for the plant, it will only give you that information. So it will only give you the information that 7,000 INR. It will never show you how much USD in materials management. Okay, but if you have a need, now let's say your company needs it. Your company is saying, no, whatever materials management you are doing, whatever stock you are buying, whatever stock you are selling, not only in accounting, I want this information to be captured in materials management also. In that case, the only solution is to activate material ledger functionality. So material valuation in multiple currencies. Material valuation in multiple currencies. This is something which you can achieve with material ledger functionality. This is one scenario. I'm not saying this material ledger is only used in case of multiple currencies. Even if you want material valuation in multiple accounting principles. Okay, so in accounting, how we get the multiple valuation in accounting principles? By creating different ledgers, right? In FI, we create different ledgers for reporting in multiple accounting principles. But let's say if you want to also evaluate materials management based on different accounting principles, not possible without material ledger. So again, if you want material valuation in multiple accounting principles, you have to activate material ledger functionality. And third one is actual costing, okay, which is again one of the topic within material ledger. So I'm not explaining this now because that is not relevant in our case currently. Maybe I think most of us are in a CO session, we'll be discussing this topic in very detail. Okay, so here we are just talking about the delta. So in the delta, there is no change in actual costing, so I'm just ignoring this topic. So these are the 3 things which can be possible only with material ledger functionality. Okay, so now let's take two scenarios. Scenario number 1 is customer don't need material valuation in multiple currencies / accounting principles. Okay, customer is saying no, it is not relevant to me. Okay, there are a lot of customers who are not using material ledger functionality because they don't have this requirement of multiple currencies and multiple accounting principles. So what they will do, they will not activate material ledger. Simple, right? There is scenario 2 where customer need material valuation in either multiple currencies or in multiple accounting principles. So in that case, customer will activate material ledger functionality because this is the only option if you have this requirement, right? Now, what is the difference between these two scenarios? If I'm activating material ledger functionality, understand this is very important. If you activate material ledger functionality, all material related info will be updated in material ledger related tables. Okay, if you are using material ledger functionality, all the materials related info will be updated in ML related tables. If you are not using material ledger, then all material related, when I'm saying related info, I'm not saying master data, I'm saying valuation, material valuation related, right? Not the master data and all, only valuation related. So all material valuation related information will be updated in traditional tables. What are traditional tables? Traditional tables means normal SAP MM tables. Okay, I'll give you some examples also. There is a table called as MBAW, I think. EBE, yeah. Okay, maybe I'll confirm the tables which are related to the normal material. MBEW. There is a table called as MBEW, which was a valuation table for materials management. Right? So if you are using material ledger, there is another table called as EBEW, and if you are not using material ledger, then it will be used in the traditional tables. The problem is SAP is maintaining two set of tables. So for the plants where material ledger is not active, for our reporting we need to go to this table. See, in one system you can have multiple plants. Okay, in one system we can have multiple plants, and this material ledger activation is done at the plant level. So it is possible that the same system, some plants are storing the data in MBW and some other plants are storing the data in another table of material ledger. What is the problem? The problem is, if I want to create a report for all the plants, I need to pick some data from here and remaining data from other tables, and that too, it is not only one table. This is the main table. Any functionality in SAP, it is not storing the data only in one table. So let's say for traditional valuation, I have 10 plus tables for the traditional. Similarly, for material ledger tables, I have another 10 plus tables. So what is happening? Unnecessarily, I am storing data in 20 tables. Okay, so what is the solution? The solution is, why do we need traditional tables? Why don't we store the data in material ledger tables even if we don't have this requirement? Okay, so for example, in material ledger, if you are activating material ledger functionalities, you can have up to 3 parallel currencies. Up to 3 parallel currencies. Same as company code in ECC. So if you are activating, let's say INR is your main currency, you want to activate USD as parallel currency, and let's say you want to activate as Euro as parallel currency. So this material ledger table has the capacity of storing up to 3 currencies. Now, even if customer is not looking for USD and Euro, if I delete this, then also material ledger table has the information of storing one currency. Then why, if only one currency is required, I'm going to the traditional tables? This was a flaw, right? Which SAP identified, that why we need these tables anymore. Even if we want to store one currency, we can directly store in material ledger. Why do we need these old tables at all? And that is the reason SAP has now removed these older tables. Okay, and what they are saying is use of material ledger is mandatory. They are saying use of material ledger is mandatory. Don't get confused. They are not saying you have to use one of the scenarios, because till now we were activating material ledger only when there was a need of this one of the scenarios from these three. Either we need multiple currencies, or we need multiple accounting principles, or we need actual costing. Now SAP is saying even if you don't have this requirement, it is not mandatory to activate this functionality, but material ledger has to be activated technically. Understand this terminology, technically. Technically means what? Technically means if these tables are removed and you are not activated material ledger, there is no other place where the data will be stored. So the data is only possible to be stored in material ledger tables, and material ledger tables will only get affected when technically material ledger is active. Okay, so in short, in SAP ECC, there were two set of tables. Please, I'm repeating, I'm making it very simple. In SAP ECC, we have two ways of valuating the materials. Number one, traditional inventory valuation, which was only allowing one currency, one accounting principle, no actual costing. Okay, so if my customer needs multiple currencies, multiple accounting principles, multiple, or if they need actual costing functionality, only in that case they were actually activating the material ledger functionality. Okay, now in S4HANA, there is no option of traditional valuation at all. Okay, so traditional tables are completely gone, only material ledger tables are available. So if a client is looking for material valuation in multiple currencies, multiple accounting principles, actual costing, no change, because if you are looking for this, then anyways you have to activate material ledger functionality, so there is no question at all. But let's say my client is not looking for all these functionalities, then too material ledger has to be activated technically. You don't need to activate these functionalities, only technically material ledger has to be activated. Okay, so technical activation of material ledger is mandatory in S4HANA. If you don't activate material ledger, system will not allow you to do any materials movement. You will not be able to issue any material, you will not be able to receive any material. So whenever you try to do MIGO, whenever you try to issue some material, you try to do PGI, system will throw error that you cannot perform this transaction because material ledger is not active in your system. You understood this concept? Let me explain this practically in the system now. Okay, so let's say I want to create a PO. Luckily, I already set up the logistics structure for our company code, so I think we should be able to do that. Only thing is, I need to extend this vendor for purchase organization. So I'll go to the new GUI. I'm going to transaction BP because we created a vendor, but we only created for company code. We need to create that vendor for purchasing org. So I'll go with the supplier number F4, Have we created any supplier for our purchasing org? I don't think so. Let's see. So for purchasing, is it showing something? Yeah, supplier for purchasing. And if I provide purchasing of SF01, nothing is created because purchase organization itself I created today. So let's go with company code data, company code SF01. So we created these two vendors for our company code. Let's go this with 501 start. So as of now, only role FLVN00 is created. FLVN01 is also created, but I think this is for some other purchasing org. So let's use this and see in purchasing. Yeah, it was created for SL01. But now if I want to extend this for my company code or my purchasing org, what I'll do is I will go to this purchasing organizations. Okay, first of all, I need to be in change mode. In the display mode, I cannot do anything new. If I want to do something new, I have to click on this change mode. So change mode, go to purchasing org, and here you can create. Currently, this vendor is only available in purchasing org SL01. If you want to create a new purchasing org here, click on create, specify your purchasing org. I created SF01 and click on transfer. No, it is not transferred. SF01 transfer. Yes, now it is showing. So purchasing organization SF01, and I will just provide some mandatory information like currency and all, and let's click on save. So now I have this business partner 501. If I want to know the vendor number, what should I do? I have to go to general data tab. No. Okay, and may not be in the general. Let's go to FLVN00. Okay, and vendor general data. So vendor number is also 501. So we can use this vendor number 501 to create our PO. So let's go to the purchase order. Vendor number 501. Okay. Material, again, I hope we extended for the purchasing of. So let's say our material number is 83. Let's see, 83, which is our raw material. PO quantity, let's keep it as 10. Net price, let's keep it as 100. Press enter. It is asking for currency, let's say INR. Purchasing org. So let's go to header SF01. See, what I'm showing you is when you do the MIGO, system will throw error of material ledger. So that same thing I want to show you what error you will get and how to solve that error. Because these things what I'm doing, creating the PO and all, normally we don't do as a FI consultant, but I'm just trying to replicate that scenario. Purchase organization is not responsible for this plant. So I think there is assignment missing. Yes. Purchasing of to company code and then purchasing organization to plant. New entry. So SF01 to plant SF01. Okay. Let's go and try now. Purchase order, press enter, and let's try to save this. There's still some error. Okay, it is still showing the same error, so maybe I need to go out and come again on the screen. So ME21N, vendor number is 501. Let's go to the organizational data. Purchasing org is PR, sorry, it is SF01 001, company code SF01, material 83, PO quantity 10, price let's keep it as 100, currency it will ask, let's provide this INR, and plant SF01. Let's press enter and see. There are a lot of errors which we'll get now related to configuration. So tolerance limits, let's maintain it directly from here itself. Set the tolerance limits. It was asking for PE, so I'm just copying it from any other company code. SF01. You don't need to worry about all these configurations. These are normally copied automatically when you copy the plant and company code data. Okay, so let's come out, close this. Let's press enter once again. I think it is still red, so PO quantity 10, 100 INR, and then plant SF01. Okay, now it looks okay. Let's try to save this. So PO has been created. Let's copy this PO and try Migo. Go to reset with respect to purchase order number, press enter. Item okay. We need to specify the storage location, which is SF01. Okay, and let's try to post this now. So this is another error, T159L. Let me maintain this config. Let's go to table SE16N and T159L. Okay, again, don't worry about this. This is related to inventory management. So let's go to more, and if I can maintain via view maintenance if it is available, or maybe SM30 T159L maintain. No, it is not allowing from here, so I have to go into SPRO in materials management, inventory management and physical inventory. Physical inventory, default values for physical inventory. So I think this one is missing. Let's just 1 minute. It is not allowing me to add new. So just give me a minute. I think here itself in physical inventory field selection for no, it should be here itself. Is there an option of new here? I think from here. So let me copy 0001, copy SF01. Let's try to save this, and once again go to Migo, try to post this. Now this is another error. Okay, this is fine, this can be maintained very easily. VP, so VP, this one I'll copy from any other company code and move it to SF01. Save it. This is done. Let's go back again. Close this and try to post once again. I think for this one I need to go out and come again in Migo. Okay, and let's go to item. Okay, storage location SF01 post. This is a common error even in ECC also, OBYC settings. So now at least it is getting proceeded towards account. So BSX, let's maintain this. Let's go to OBYC settings. BSX chart of account we are using is SF01, and I think the first thing we need to do is we need to create a GL account, two GL accounts, one for inventory and second for GRIR, right? Whenever we post any accounting entries, whenever we post any Migo, inventory account is debited and GRIR account is credited. So this is a good chance to speak about the integration related changes. Okay, there are no changes in the integration. Whatever OBYC and VKOA settings you were using, those are available as it is. Okay, so if I go for FS00, I need to create two GL accounts, one for inventory, so 203 maybe, which we are not created, I think. SF01, let's click on new, it's already created. So 204, is it created? This is also created. 2036, yes. So GL account type would be balance sheet. I'm creating this for inventory. Account group would be balance sheet. This is my stock account. Control data, nothing here. Just go to create bank interest and specify the field status group as material accounts. Right? Normally for stock we use this G006. Let's save this. This is done for material stock. Let's do it for GRIR also, which is a liability account. So let's click on new. GRIR normally we use G001, which is for general postings. So this would be also balance sheet account. Account group also would be balance sheet. GRIR. Nothing here. Just click on save. Okay, so now we have two GL accounts, 106 and 206, which we need to assign in OBYC. So first one in BSX, let's save this and go to accounts, which is 2006, or sorry, 206. And second one for, can you tell me what is the corresponding entry? BSX2 for GRIR account, which transaction we use?
WRX.
WRX, right? So we will go to WRX. Here also let's save this and go to account and let's provide 106. So now at least system will not ask for those GLs. Hope so. It should directly show the material ledger related error now. So purchase order, sorry, good receipt with respect to purchase order. Let's try to click again on post. There is another error, account 206 for transaction event postable directly. This is again the common error in ECC also. Can you tell me what is wrong? We created the GRIR account, right? But GRIR account, we allowed manual posting, which is wrong. We should only allow postings automatically to GRIR account. So just provide this and click on save. Let's go to Migo once again. Let's close this and try to post. Same thing. It is showing 206, sorry. So we need to also do this same thing for GL account 206, which is for material. So both the accounts should be only allowed to post automatically. Save, post. Yes, exactly. This is something which I wanted to show you, and that is the reason we encountered a lot of errors. So this error you will not find in ECC. In ECC, it is up to the customer whether they want to use material ledger functionality or not. It was not mandatory to activate material ledger functionality. In S/4HANA, till the time you don't activate the material ledger functionality, system will not allow you to post anything in materials management. Okay, so if you want to do any transaction in your plant, the first thing is you need to activate the material ledger. Okay, so now the question is, again coming to this, do I need to maintain multiple currencies? Do I need to maintain multiple accounting principles, or do I need to maintain actual costing? Answer is no, these are all functionalities. SAP is not asking us to activate functionality even if it is not required. SAP is just saying that technically activate the material ledger functionality. So we are not going to activate this, we are only going to activate material ledger functionality technically. Now let me show you how to do that. So let's come out of the screen first, because if you are processing the plant, system will not allow you to do anything in material ledger configuration. So I will go to SPRO IMG. In controlling, you have this material ledger available in product cost controlling. So let's go to product cost controlling. You can see this actual costing and material ledger. Okay, so this is not a new thing. As I told you, this is something which you will also find in ECC. Only difference is it was not mandatory. Now it is mandatory. So actual costing, these are the 3 steps that you need to perform. That's it. You don't need to go into all other details of material ledger. Because you are just activating this functionality technically, you don't need to worry about the currencies, the valuations, the actual costing, nothing. Just ignore all these things. Only thing is you have to activate these 3 things. First one is assign the material ledger type to the valuation area. Now what is material ledger type? So you can see this 9000 is a material ledger type which is provided by SAP. So in ECC you may find that this 9000 is not available. What is 9000? Let me show you this 9000 type first. Where is material ledger types? Yeah, this first one. Assign currency types and define material ledger types. So this 9000 is provided by SAP. If you open this, you can see there is only one currency. So as I told you, we don't need multiple currencies, right? And that is the reason SAP has already provided you this material ledger type where you can just use this and activate material ledger technically. Okay, so what you need to do, if you want to tell the system that I'm not using multiple currencies, your plant should be assigned to material ledger type 9000. Okay, so let's go to assign material ledger types to your valuation area. What is valuation area? Valuation area means plant. Okay, if you remember in the configuration for logistics general, if you go here in enterprise structure definition, logistics general, there is something called as define valuation level. Here you can specify whether your valuation area is a plant or valuation level is a company code. So this is not recommended. Mainly for manufacturing companies, valuation area should be always a plant. Okay, so although there is an option, but normally we use valuation area as plant in 99% of the companies. You can even try on your client, you will find this valuation area is a plant. So you have to assign the material ledger type to your valuation area. So let's see if our company code is appearing here. It is not appearing, right? So let's click on new entry, valuation area SF01. company code also SF01. It will come automatically. You don't need to provide. You just need to provide the material ledger type. So we will say 9000. Just press enter. You can see this has been turned to green. Just click on save. Okay, so now your material ledger, your company code or valuation area is assigned to material ledger type, but it is still not active. What you need to do in order to activate it is follow the third step. As I told you, 1, 2, 3. You need to follow these 3 transaction codes in a sequence. Activate material ledger for valuation areas. So double click on activate material ledger. Go to your valuation area, which is SF01. So as of now, you can see it is not active. So just click on this active button, and here in price determination mention 2. Okay, now what is the difference between 2 and 3? It is very technical. If you are using actual costing or not, there are a lot of scenarios. You don't need to worry, because even if you go to MIGO, the error that we got, if you click on help, it will clearly tell you that go to this configuration, activate material ledger and specify price determination indicator as 2. Okay, and just click on save. You will get this message. After activating material ledger, live data must be converted. So we are still not done. There is one activity which has to be done, which is called as live data to be converted. Okay, so if you click on help, it will tell you how you can do that activity. So you can see this activity you can do via going to accounting, controlling, actual costing, utilities, and production startup. I will show you where exactly you will find. So just click on OK and say continue. So now your material ledger is active for this plant, but still, as the system gives you the information that although material ledger is active, but you still need to perform one activity. Okay, what if you don't perform that activity? What if I keep it here itself and now I go to MIGO? I am just trying to show you the errors, because then you will know what is wrong whenever you are working in your system. So if I go for MIGO now although my material ledger is active, if I press enter again and if I provide all that information, so item OK, storage location here, and click on post, now I am getting another error. Now it is not saying material ledger is not active, it is saying it is not yet productive. Okay, this is because one step is still pending. Now what is that step? So if you click on this question mark, again it will tell you go to accounting, go to controlling, product cost controlling, actual costing, material ledger, environment, and production startup. Okay, so let's do this. Let's come out of this transaction and go to accounting, controlling, product cost controlling, actual costing, material ledger, environment, production startup, and this one. So if you remember the transaction CKM start. Okay, set valuation areas as productive. Now what is the purpose of this? So since material ledger is mandatory, there are a lot of customers. Now just understand this case in case of system conversion project. System conversion means customer is already using ECC system. So let's say your customer where you are working today, in their ECC system there are 2 plants. One plant is already using material ledger. Second plant is not using material ledger. Now if they want to convert that system to S/4HANA, what they need to do first thing? Activate the material ledger functionality. So if they activate today, material ledger functionality will be activated, right? But what about the data that they already posted till now? So if this customer is using ECC system from last 5 years, that 5 years of data is still available in the old inventory tables, right? Not in the material ledger tables. So now you said the system that I want to activate material ledger. So now onwards, whatever data you will post, it will go to the new tables. What about the old data of initial 5 years? Where exactly that will go? Because inventory valuation tables are not available in S4HANA. So you also have to transfer the older data to the new tables. And that is called as this set valuation areas as productive. What this transaction will do is this transaction will move the data from your old tables to new tables. Okay, so CKM start. Currently, this is a new plant. We don't have any transaction, so it will be done in seconds. But when you are trying to activate this functionality in the ECC system where there are already a lot of transactions happening in this plant, then definitely it will take some hours to complete this activity. Okay, so production startup for material ledger, just specify your plant. If you want to keep it test run, you can provide, otherwise just remove this. This should be always in the background mode. Just click on execute. Okay, why it is on the background mode? Because as I told you, it will take hours. So it should not happen that your session gets expired. Confirm. Provide the output device. Just click on continue and this will be done. Okay, it will just take seconds and it will be done. So we even don't need to go to the job and see whether it is completed or not. Directly go to MeGo. And let's see now, after the activation of material ledger, are we good enough to go ahead? So storage location, SF01, item OK, click on post. Okay, there can be another errors which we can ignore completely. Oh, there is no error, so good. So material document has been posted. So what we learned, what is new thing in material ledger? Let me summarize. Material ledger is a functionality which is also available in ECC. In ECC, we have two different kinds of valuations. Valuation number one, traditional valuation, where data is only stored in one currency, one valuation accounting principle, and no actual costing. If you need all these features, then customers can activate material ledger functionality. But in ECC, based on whether that requirement is there or not, customer was deciding whether to activate material ledger functionality or not. But in S4HANA, traditional inventory valuation is completely out. Those tables are not available at all. Only material ledger functionality is available, and that is the reason even if you don't have a requirement of parallel currency, parallel valuation and actual costing, you have to activate material ledger technically. Please understand, technically. We are not activating any functionality of material ledger. We are only activating it technically. Okay, why? Because we are telling the system that now start saving the data in the material ledger tables, no more traditional tables. Okay, if you don't activate material ledger, system will not allow you to post anything in materials management. We have seen that when we are trying to do the MeGo, system is throwing error that activate the material ledger functionality. Once you activate the material ledger functionality, next step is make it productive. So you have to execute that transaction, CKM start, to make it productive. Any questions? Have you understood now what is the difference in material ledger in ECC compared to S4HANA, or S4HANA compared to ECC? Any question? Okay, if not, let me tell you one last thing. Yes, Akash. Akash,
Carry on.
Okay. So one last thing, again relevant to material ledger. So as I told you, in ECC, we have 10 plus tables of traditional, material valuation, and 10 plus tables of ML valuation. Okay, so total around 20 tables. In S/4HANA, the first thing, no traditional tables anymore. Okay, so we are left with only 10 ML tables. Now let me tell you, even not this 10 ML tables, these are also gone. Only one main table which will store all ML related data, and that table is obviously AC.A. Okay, so even earlier material ledger tables were different than the GL table, and that is the reason in material ledger also there were chances of reconciliation issues. So ML is showing something, GL is saying something else. So what is truth, what is false, we don't know. But now with AC.A, as we discussed again and again, this is called a single source of truth. So all the information related to ML will also get stored in table AC.A. So if you go to AC.A table, again if I go to SE16N, table AC.A, okay, for company code SF01, okay, maybe we can see the particular document which we just now posted. Here also, if you go, you will be able to see some fields which are relevant to material ledger. Okay, so even material ledger information is getting stored in table AC.A. Let's find out which are those fields relevant to ML, or maybe to be more specific, if you provide the same document which we just now posted, maybe I'll go to the last one. No, this is carry forward. Maybe this one we posted now. No, not even this. Okay, let's see the document which we just now posted. So good receipt purchase order. If I display this, so display, this transaction was posted now. So if I go to document info and see FI documents, so you can see there is accounting document which is created, FI all time 0, and there is material ledger document created. Again, if you remember in controlling, I told you earlier that controlling document is not the actual document number, it is a statistical document number. Same is for material ledger. So earlier material ledger document was having its own tables and even it was generating its own number. Now this is the only one number. That is the reason it is called as universal document number, which is valid for all the 5 components. Can you tell me which are those 5 components? There are 5 components which are merged in S/4HANA Finance: FI, CO, asset accounting, material ledger, and account based COPA. So all this data will be stored in one universal general document number. So if you see this document, to be very specific, in this table AC.A, we will be able to see the material ledger related information. Okay, if you are wondering what are these document numbers starting with B, the answer to this is these are balance carry forward documents. Okay, so don't worry about these document numbers. These are balance carry forward document numbers, not the normal document numbers. Okay, so this is the document which we need to see, the material ledger related posting. can see this document number. Yeah, these are the fields which are related to material ledger, this section. Okay, and these are related to COPA again. You can see region is again populated. No, sorry. Here we don't have any customer, so region is not populated. Okay, so in short, again, two changes in material ledger. What are those two changes? Number one, simplified data model. What do you mean by simplified data model? Data is stored at one common place. No question of reconciliation issues. Reco issues, right? Number two, ML is mandatory. So these are the two changes relevant to material ledger functionality in SAP S/4HANA.